Hi, this is Atya here. Welcome to PhDpreneur, where we discuss PhD mindset and personal finance. A few days ago, I got a DM on my Instagram account asking for help regarding review of literature. I recall the time when I was just starting my PhD and we had to do literature review. Whenever you think of review of literature, it can be quite daunting because you don't know where to start. There are so many articles, there are so many research papers. Where exactly to start in this ocean of research? If you are even a master's student or a graduation student and you need to start a project, then you will have to go through the literature that has been already done so that you understand where and how you can position yourself in this whole research scenario. For those who are not aware of it, review of literature means going through research, articles, review papers and all the materials which is in the domain of your research. You want to know where to start, to understand where to start practically, what all work has been done in that sphere before. You will have to read about it. Review of literature also helps you familiarize yourself with the topic, demonstrate how you can be a more efficient researcher. It helps you to position your work with respect to other researchers, the kind of techniques used, what are the developments that are going on. You need not go through each and every paper in detail. What is more important is that you skim through the paper. From the abstract, you understand what all the paper is about. Go through different sections and try to understand which section is trying to say what. If there is one paragraph, what this paragraph is trying to say to you, what is the gist? If I ask you to summarize, will you be able to do it? You will be able to do it only if you understand it. So this video will be a step-by-step guide to writing your literature review, and without further ado, let's begin. So the first step is to gather all the information. If you are a science student, an art student or commerce student or any working with any kind of discipline or interdisciplinary research, when you have to start somewhere, you don't know where to start. Which paper should you download? How do you download papers? This starting point you will get to know once you discuss with your supervisor. Since you have chosen a particular topic, that topic will have certain keywords. Like for example, if I am working on biogas related things, then when it comes to biogas, there are several things like reactor is there are several physico-chemical analysis is there. There are different developments with respect to microbes, with respect to the technology which is used. The answer you will get from your supervisor. There will be few topics or few keywords in these keywords you have to take and you have to type in Google and then download the article. Once you download the article, you will read the abstract and see whether it is relevant to you or not. If it is not relevant to your work, then also you keep it. If it is relevant to you, then you will go in the references section in the end. See what clicks as far as your topic is concerned. If nothing clicks from that reference section, that means that paper is not for you. You should get some leads. Download all the papers in a single folder. The next step is to evaluate the papers from the point of view of writing. There are some papers which will give you information, but you may not be able to include that information in your literature review. Sometimes the topic is too advanced, it doesn't fit into your objective. So now you will evaluate every single paper from the abstract as well as going through schematic reading, as I mentioned earlier. What all you can put into the literature review. Okay, if you think this particular paper is useful for your literature review, in the folder that is there, you will make a subfolder and put these papers into that. These papers will directly help you into your literature review. What you will do is you will highlight whatever is the important para with respect to your work. What I generally tend to do is I highlight with different colors. For example, a review of literature will have introduction, body and conclusion. We will get into the details in the next section. What will go in the introduction? That you highlight with a particular, say suppose yellow highlight. If it's going into the body of the literature review, you might want to choose a different color. So highlight accordingly, keep things ready so that when you start writing, you have everything available and you don't have to search here and there and waste time reading the paper. Reading and analyzing the paper should be done at this stage. The major purpose of any literature review is to identify the gaps. If, say, suppose a particular technology is used, then there could be some kind of drawback to it that you are trying to fill. It will have some demerit or something of that sort, and it will try to fill that kind of void in the research where the system is lacking. You will understand only through reading. Trends and patterns. Certain technology is used more and certain technology is used less. Why is that? There is a clear trend over here. That means this is being preferred more, this is not being preferred. Where does your research fits into both these things? Then next is based on topic. You may start reading review of literature and you may realize there is some question which is being posed every now and then. You may encounter certain disagreements. Few things are definitely not being tried, even though you feel that it will solve the problem. Why is there so much of disagreement? So these are the three things that you might want to remember while trying to identify gaps. Now that you have gone through all the papers, analyzed papers, read papers, now is the time to structure your literature review. There are three main ways to understand the structure. It's not that one thing is right over the other, it's just a matter of preference. So the first thing is time based. You are doing a review of literature and you are coming through papers from the ancient to the now time. What are the different technologies and how the research in your field has evolved? Sticking to a particular topic, okay, of course it is within the scope of your objectives, but here you are discussing it time wise, okay, that is called as a time based or also known as a chronological literature review. And you will see that there will be some topics which will get repeated. That means there is a lot of focus in that area. You will base your literature of review around that area. Okay, it's based on topic, it's not based on timeline, the way we had discussed before. The third type of literature review is methodological. That means you are evaluating the technologies, the methodologies from various researchers, then coming to conclusions. So it's like a review paper, but a review paper of different things which are associated with your work. It's not based on one topic, it's not based on the timeline of events, based on methodology. What are the different researchers or peers in that field? They are working on different things. So what are the different technologies which are being used? That's called as a methodological approach for literature review. Usually the literature review has three main sections. One is introduction, second is body, third is conclusion. Gaps will form a separate section, or it will be a section in one of these sections which are already present, and this you will have to confirm with the format that is being present in your institute. The introduction will focus on the purpose of the review. Why are you doing this review and why have you chosen this particular topic? There must be something in it that has interested you. So what is that something and the reason behind doing all this? The body will give the summary of all the points that you have jotted down in the previous section. It will translate it into paragraphs. So how do you translate it into paragraph? Refer to the papers that you have stored in the folder, in the subfolder. See how the language is written and use that accordingly to frame your own paragraphs. Not just summarizing the research which has been already there, adding your interpretations and what is your opinion basically. The positives as well as negatives of each thing should be discussed. Each paragraph should be well structured, and at the end of each paragraph there should be something that should lead you to the next paragraph. Every technology or everything will have a positive side as well as negative side. So if you are moving from one technology to another, the ending of that first paragraph should have the demerit. The transitions are very smooth, and even if a person does not have the background of your research, he will be able to understand what is the gist of the entire write-up. Conclusion will include all the key findings and the summaries. Finish it off in 5 to 6 sentences. The sight of a blank Microsoft document could be quite daunting, and it is the most scary place even now. What you can do is you start with one sentence. Okay, and sentence by sentence the momentum will increase. You will be surprised that your literature review started and when it ended you also won't be able to know. We focus too much on future that we forget what we are doing right now. So I hope this video has helped you. If there are any questions, let me know. Till the next video, bye.